75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion is being commemorated around the world, including in Evansville, right along the riverfront. Just a couple of hours ago, on the deck of LST-325, dignitaries from half a dozen European countries made the trip to Evansville this morning. Mayor Lloyd Winnicky detailed the big role that River City played in World War II. Perhaps the highlight of the emotional ceremony was Evansville native Donald Cobb receiving the highest honor the country of France can bestow. Cobb received the Legion of Honor from Guillaume Lacroix, a consul general from France. Cobb served in the Navy and helped liberate the country from Nazi occupation. Also aboard the ship this morning was Anna Mosby, whose husband was on the LST-325 during the D-Day invasion and was actually injured during the battle.
My husband, Lloyd Mosby, was on this ship at Normandy, and he was hit. He was on one of the guns, the big guns, and he was hit with shrapnel really bad. But he made it back to Indiana, and he was on the ship for 3 years before he came home.
Above the historic ship was an equally important part of history in the sky. World War II veteran Alan Sanderson was aboard a B-17 alongside our Brad Bird. The plane, referred to the Flying Fortress by many, has been in Evansville for the last few days in honor of D-Day anniversary. Sanderson flew a P-47 built in Evansville during World War II. Brad will have the story of Mr. Sanderson and his most recent flight tonight on Eyewitness News at 6. Another World War II war machine is in Evansville this week for D-Day observances. This Boeing B-17 bomber arrived Monday and will take the final flight earlier this morning. Now, the bomber, often called a Flying Fortress, played an important role in Europe and the Pacific during the war. While here, the plane has been available for both tours and personal flights. Some who booked a ride or turned out to watch the bomber take off say they wanted to connect with those who flew the planes.
Just to get to see what these veterans did for us. Our generation doesn't take into account what happened in World War II and what those guys did for us, just like in Vietnam and the rest of those. So it's very important to see that history, see those planes, see where it came from, and to see what they did for us.
The Texas Raiders B-17 is one of only 9 left flying in the world. Now, as you noticed, LST-325 is docked near Tropicana for the first time. Once a new mooring and visitor center is built, it will drop anchor there permanently. Now, that likely won't be until next year. It's the only LST still in full operation.
I met thousands upon thousands of veterans from all different wars, and they'd stand there and they would talk together. I had a lot of people that would come back. I talked to their fathers from World War II.
LST will be docked downtown, giving free tours through the weekend. The Evansville Museum is hosting 2 programs today. The first is this evening at 6 p.m. The museum will be showing the film Casablanca, which was released shortly after the Allied invasion of North Africa. And tomorrow at noon, Dr. James McLeod and Tom Lundberg will recall Evansville's contributions to the D-Day effort, focusing on the production of war materials used during the invasion of Normandy and other avenues. And in Owensboro today, all World War II veterans are invited to attend a viewing of The Unknowns, which recounts the U.S. Army's most elite ceremonial unit as they train to protect the tomb of the unknown soldier. Justin Bickett, who served at the tomb from 2007 to 2009, will be in attendance. The showing will be tonight at 6 at the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum.